That's the only one that, so it's gonna be Notary Block. BLOC.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that you put the word notary in there. That way they don't have to guess, right, what it is.
Who's it for and shit.
Right. What did the block thing come from?
Well, when you fill out the jurat and acknowledgement, or you're going through a loan package, or you're going through a legacy planning package, or whatever you're looking for, that where you sign is the notary block. That's where you're looking for.
Gotcha. So we live, brother.
All right. I already got the domain too.
Oh, you already wrapped it up.
Up early, man.
Hey, you got to do that. Let me pull up the Notary on Automation. Grab this link. Yeah, so what do you want to chop it up about today, brother?
Listen, the biggest thing I want to talk about is really how are people coming to terms with what I should do with my notary business, what I should do with this commission, if I should use it to, if I should leverage it as a business, if I should leverage it as a way to another business, meaning I start my real estate career. But before I get there, what should I do with my notary commission? If there's nothing else that's working, what should I do with it? All right. So my question really is, what's the biggest problem? What is the biggest problem plaguing notaries today?
How people are getting or seeking notaries, you're saying?
If you are a notary, your commission, what's the biggest problem plaguing you today? Is it making money? Is it getting consistent jobs? Is it being familiar with different documents? The ultimate question I want to know is what's primarily, in your opinion, and it's going to be different for everybody, but what is the primary reason that's what's stopping you from being as busy as you want to be, being as booked up as you want to be? What is the primary reason plaguing you from being as busy as you want to be? How come it ain't working for notaries? And also, what are the things that are working in some of those, from a perspective as a person who wants to be busy? And I'll answer that question for me, because it's something that I've given a lot of thought about, and I've tried my best to dive deep into this. And one of the biggest problems that was plaguing, and this is coming from a lot of people that I've talked to as well, but primarily one of the reasons plaguing me as a notary was me coming to terms with being available. And that means if I'm trying to enjoy a basketball game, and because I know it, I understand that everything is urgent, everything is time sensitive, even if they say it ain't. If I need to step outside of a basketball game, my kid's basketball game or a soccer game, and then step outside, answer the phone, and there's some guy talking about him and his wife had just finished drawing up their entire living trust, and they want to get it signed. It took them 6 months to do it. It's been a long marathon. They've had to consult with family members. You understand the shit that they went through to get this done. And then they finally get it done. They're in their mid-60s. And they want to get this signed and done with and over with. They've put in so much work. They've spent so much money. And now they want you.
Yeah.
So I understand, okay, this is what I signed up for, isn't it? This is what I signed up to do, to be available in these situations when somebody needed a notary. This is my business. this is this is how I leverage my rubber stamp to go out and help this particular person who wants me on this particular time at this date to help him and his family, him and his wife, secure this long marathon of estate planning that they just went through. That scares somebody. To a lot of people, that scares them. You might have to drop what you're doing. If you want to be great at this notary business, if you want to execute this in an efficient manner, you might have to sacrifice. And I'm talking about me. I'm talking to myself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to y'all too, but I'm primarily in my head.
Yeah.
I might have to stop what I'm doing. I might have to give up some of that comfort, some of that, that level of relaxation. But it comes with a reward. You see, I'm not going out for $65. I know what a notary is. I know what a legacy package is. I know what a power of attorney is. I know what a theft affidavit is. I know what these things mean. So I know I'm not going out for $65. I know I'm not going out to help you and your grandkids for $85. And to be perfectly honest, and you talked about this a number of times, if you charge me anything less than $300, I would look at you sideways.
Yeah. Especially the importance of the document.
Yeah. My sister's on her deathbed. We've tried to do this twice. All I'm asking is that, can you come down to the county hospital? We're in room 6211. My sister is heavily medicated. I've brought my neighbors. I brought my family here. My mother is here. And we're all in this hospital room. We're in this unit. This is the ICU unit. This is the intensive care unit, the sixth floor. My sister is on her deathbed right now, and we have a will that she needs to sign.
Yeah.
Some people run from those things.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've gotten a lot of assignments from notaries running the opposite way. They run away from the fire because it sounds very intensive. It sounds like emotions are high. The client is really counting on you to execute with precision. Bro, I've been in situations where family members are fighting with each other inside of the hospital because these documents needed to get done. And somebody was terminally ill. So that level of intensity, I mean, if you have, like, if your job is to really, really help somebody, you're helping these people out in ways that this job can't even really put a medal to, because I don't know about you, Tech, because I've done so many power of attorneys and stuff. I have clients that literally call me and let me know when so-and-so passed away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll send me a text, be like, yo, thank you so much for helping us. You really came through when we needed you. Unfortunately, so-and-so made their transition. I was like, this is different, right? And that, I think for me, it was the only time you would do something like that is if you felt like this person was either a really, really close friend or family member. Now, mind you, I'm their notary. I've only met them once, but they felt compelled to tell me so. That instantly told me, like, okay, when it comes to these type of documents and this particular category, you're not looked at as a notary. You're looked at as a family advisor.
Yeah. I just spoke to them 2 weeks ago and they died.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I just signed a power of attorney 2 weeks ago. You mean to tell me they're dead?
Yeah. Just like that.
Look, man, you could die any moment, to be real. Let's just keep it real. You hope not. You want to live a long, prosperous life. Absolutely. I know I definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is, man, you can get smacked just stepping outside. Somebody could. So when people are trying to get these documents signed, they're trying to get these things executed. Time is of the utmost essence because you could die tomorrow. These people that are in these hospital rooms, they know this.
I was thinking about this too, Tech. Tell me what you think about this, man. So as I was drafting the slides out for the Power of Attorney Masterclass, I was really pondering on this. I was like, there is a category, like I'm really trying to niche it down, right? Like we say specialty notary documents, right? Because we don't say the GNW.
Right.
But even more niche down, there is a category that falls under family. I call it a family focused notary practice. Like I have a family focused notary practice because the documents that I specialize in helps families.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've had notary parties, bro. Notary parties. Like I've told customers, hey, you got other friends and maybe your kids that are married, they need to do a power of attorney. Let's put together a notary party. And each one of them were families. So it would be like, it would start off with the mother and father, but then the mother and father have 2 kids and both of those kids are married. So they'll be like, yeah, well, we need to get one of those too. So now there's 3 families in the same location, all getting power of attorneys. Matter of fact, I'm about to have a power of attorney party in my own household. Me, my wife, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, and my in-laws. And I'm gonna contract one of my notaries that I work with, and she's gonna wind up getting a nice little commission for doing, 2, 4, 6 power of attorneys in one sitting.
And you just are each other's witnesses and each other's you're signing for each other.
Nah, we can't be each other's witnesses because we're all related. So she either has to bring a witness or I have to call somebody to be a witness for us.
Or each other's agents and things like that, I guess, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, each other principal and agents, yeah.
That's dope, though. I like that, man.
But I rolled that out with other clients before. And then that's how I realized it's so much deeper because these are families hang around other families.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm looking at it as a family-focused notary practice. These particular categories, that has to do with wills, that has to do with estate planning, and that has to do with power of attorneys. Power of attorneys is the gateway.
The nice thing about that is there's probably somebody in that crowd who has done this already and it's not their very first time. So just that having that idea, just that alone, like we were saying earlier, people run away from problems, right? The smoke is there
Yes.
and they run the other way. Whereas you run towards it. You going like something as complex, which that can be a complex signing, right? It could be a complicated signing. It could be confusing. Somebody doesn't know where the language is. The notary starts throwing in their
Yeah.
their perspective. But for the most part, if you're doing a power of attorney party, come on, man. Somebody knows, but at least one person in there knows what they're doing. And that is really, to me, I remember I did something like that where there was 3 families involved. It was just the adults, like 3 couples, put it that way. So 6 people, 3 couples.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, she wasn't an attorney, but she had done it with her parents. You see, her mama told her.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that and this is how I know this, because I remember this, it was an Asian family, it was a Japanese family, and she was the one who booked me. She was the one who hired me. I always communicate with the person who hired me. I don't talk to nobody else, right? I talk to her. And then she was the one who was like directing traffic. Okay, these 2 are going to be for us. And then, okay, now your turn, you're ready. You go. Now you 2, you sign these. Like, she made my job so simple, so easy.
Nice.
So when you do something like that, even though on the surface it is complicated, it is complex, but take away some of that fear. You know what I mean? Like, if you understand that there's going to be at least one person in there, you might even be able to point them out. Maybe say, listen.
I can even tell you the 2 biggest challenges of doing a power of attorney party, or, multi documents and stuff. Patience and being organized.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let them touch the paper. I hand them the paper. Like, I'll grab the stack of paper and I hand you the paper, and then I take it back and then I flip it over. Because if I leave it up to you to start notarizing and signing and initialing, you're going to get the papers all mixed up. Number 8 is next to number 2. And then it's like you're fumbling and bumbling because your mind is somewhere else at that point.
Indeed.
So whenever you can take control of the situation, like when you look at it, man, what makes you really effective is that you're able to come in to an environment that isn't yours and take control over it and give them the confidence and the reassurance that this is going to get done and it's going to get done correctly, but you're going to have to do it my way.
Thank you.
So sit back, relax. You know what I mean? Get yourself something to drink, whatever. You could relax. Everything is going to get done. Thank you.
That's all I'm asking. That's all I wanted. That's all I was thinking. I mean, I say that. That's right. Yeah. They over there praying in the corner, just hoping that this stuff goes right. And here you come with the confidence.
Yeah.
But
we displayed early on the phone, right? Because that's what makes them comfortable with going with us. That's what makes the customer comfortable with saying, I'm going to go with you guys. Otherwise, you'll be sending a link to a wrong number. You know what I mean? You're going to send your Calendly link to a wrong number. They're going to give you just 1 digit off.
Yeah. Damn, like it was in high school. Giving you the wrong
Hell
phone.
yeah, that girl you trying to kick it with, she was like, it's 555-1233, nigga. You ain't calling my number.
Bro, the opportunity starts right there at the phone call. That's where you establish so much from the opening line, man. You can solidify yourself all from that very first conversation.
All right, let me ask you a question. So it's been a while since you in your early days starting as a notary, but what was your biggest challenge when you first started in this notary business?
not knowing where to find clients.
My biggest challenge was not knowing what to say to the clients.
Yeah. See, when I found clients, that's when I realized, oh, I don't know what to say. Right. And that's kind of where I got, and I kind of talk about this in the Thumbtack for Notaries book. I talked about that. I talked about how when I first met Cam, and she gave me my first appointment, my very, very first appointment. And then I sat for 2 weeks waiting for her to call me.
Oh, as if she was gonna funnel more business towards you or something?
Yes.
I
waited and I waited.
Wait. Now, what made you think that she would have done that for you? Because no, the reason why I asked that is a lot of people, a lot of notaries will do an assignment for a title or escrow company one time, and they automatically assume that they're going to be getting business funneled to them the same way you expected Cam to give you this business.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, why did you think that Cam was going to be funneling more business to you?
Bro, I don't know. I just thought the world of her. I was like, she's got it popping. And sure enough, she does. But I'm thinking to myself, all right, she's going to be sending me hell of work. She's going to be, man, this is going to be great. I'm just going to be just smooth right up in there, just cruise. It's going to be all good. Now, at some point, it hit me. I want to say about 6 or 7 days in, it hit me that the question I asked myself wasn't how come she ain't calling me? That wasn't the question that asked me. The question I asked myself is, what am I thinking? That she ain't gotta give me nothing. What am I talking about?
Indeed.
Who am I? Who am I to just say that she should just give me all of her assignments? Would I give anybody all of my assignments? Probably not. What am I talking about? So at that point, it hit me that I got to go out there. I got to get my own phone to ring. And if she comes around, then good. That's just an extra bonus. But I mean, for that first week though, I was like, oh man, it's about to be cracking.
Yeah.
Because it was such an easy job that she gave me, and it paid so well. She paid me so well. $100 for one signature. It wasn't even a signature. It was just a witness of like a deposition or something on the phone.
You know, I have a real good buddy. He's in the real estate market. And every time he's getting quotes from contractors to fix something or maybe lay down floor or sheetrock and stuff like that, he would use this line that it was almost guaranteed to get him a couple of $100 to a couple of $1,000 off of his service. You want to know what that line was?
What's that?
We have a whole lot of other properties that you guys can win the bid for. If you guys give me a real good price today, I could promise you more business.
I like it.
He wouldn't promise them shit, bro. But he would get like $500, $1,000, $2,000 off of their asking price. I said, this shit is genius. That's so great. when I hear Notary said, like these title companies, they'll sell a dream to these notaries and say, we're going to make you a preferred notary and stuff. And the ones with, integrity, they do make them a preferred notary, but you have to look at it this way. If this title company has been around for a while, they have some go-to notaries already.
Yes.
What you're going to get is, if they say you're going to make the preferred list, what they're basically telling you is you're going to get the leads if our primary notary isn't available. Or you're going to get the overflow if we can't find coverage for it.
Exactly.
You're not going to be primary. You may be the second or third string. You still got a uniform, just like in basketball, right? You still got a uniform, but your ass is gonna be on the bench.
Yeah, you got to work your way to the starting lineup.
Man, something bad happened because we've been using, Catherine for 10 years. we she comes to our Christmas parties. This is who you competing against. You thought because you did one signing for a person, automatic. That's why going direct to the customer is paramount, man, because you're talking directly to the customer at this point. The customer found you.
Yeah. That's the only way to go direct to me. That's the only true way to go direct.
To me, it's the best. To me, it's the best.
Shit, it's the only way. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I fit that same mold. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Cam would be giving me all of, and I'm on the bench. I just got here. She probably worked with all kind of notaries before. But then again, we did have a connection because we came through Notary Business School. Shout out to Notary Business School. So I thought that there was a connection there. But what I'm saying is, shit, that was the biggest problem I had, which was knowing how to get clients, and then me or at least I realized that was an error in that moment, saying, all right, good thing I didn't, put all my eggs in that basket, because I think about it, I never would have you never could have come out of that shell if that's all you solely relied upon. So, after that came Thumbtack, and after that came all the other sources, Google and all that other stuff. But man, that was the biggest problem, that was one of my biggest things in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, then, like you said, knowing what to say, then that's when that gets refined, right? That's when you get better with how to craft out your message.
Yeah, because for me in the beginning days, I didn't even have my commission, so the inquiries was coming, but I was fumbling and bumbling over that phone, bro. It was disgusting. It was horrible. And I was like, I am not going to be able to establish plant my flag in the ground, taking phone calls and I'm all over the place. I need way more structure with my phone calls. And then that's when, as I started developing that script, that's when I was able to see that my notarizations went from $39, right? Because that's what I started off as. $39 a pop, bro. It didn't matter what you was getting. You was gonna get the $39 holla, right? Yeah. And then it went up to 67, then 97, then 100 and change, and then I wouldn't touch any document less than a 129, and it just went up from there. But it came from the confidence of having the structure to my phone call, because I can hear that I was building the confidence in my clients. And then because I was doing the agency side, I got to hear how most notaries answered their phone, because I was hiring them to run appointments for me.
Yeah, what were you hearing? What kind of stuff? What kind of? I can't.
It's horrible, bro. It was. It still is bad right now. To be honest with you, it's still really, really bad, bro. I'm telling you, they were niggas was getting Swisher Sweets on the phone while I'm trying.
Being lying at A&A.
Buying Hennessy, chicks was interrogating me, like I'm like, I'm trying to give you money.
Yeah.
Why are you interrogating me? Like, what are you, a signing company? And
Yeah.
like what? I don't know what a signing company. I'm an agency. It's like, is that what you're asking? Yeah, I don't do business with signing companies. Oh, okay. Well, bye.
You've gotten that response before? Ain't that
Oh,
crazy?
heck yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do business with signing agencies. Um the the most ratchet phone calls I've gotten came out of booking notaries was in Baltimore, and I'm sure Baltimore got some great people, but y'all had some ratchet ass notaries out there. The most I've ever gotten interrogated was Colorado.
Mm. Something about those mountains, man.
Man, dude, it was this lady. It was just way more complicated. She was making it way more complicated than it really was. Super complicated. She told the client that she would go out to, they can come out to the office, right?
Yeah.
Like the person wind up doing a hybrid situation where one of the parties weren't there. So they took it upon themselves to tell them, you know what, that's fine. We'll do half of the documents here, and then you could come back and then do the other half in our office. I don't know if she was trying to flex with the office or something, but I was like, well, why didn't you call me so I can charge the client accordingly?
Yeah. That's not your client.
Yeah, right. She was like, "Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just like, trying to make it as convenient as possible." I was like, "No, they're taking time out from your notary, right? Yeah, they're coming out to your office. You're gonna have to make space for them and all of this other stuff for you to notarize these real estate documents, right? Yeah. Shouldn't you guys get compensated? Because I'm not paying you more than
Uh-huh.
what you agreed to. But I am going to pay you more because it is an inconvenience to you. So technically, I wouldn't have, because she took it upon herself to broker that additional deal that wasn't paying squat. I saw it as, hey, this is an additional fee.
Mm-hmm.
So I wound up reaching out to the client, and I was like, no, we're not doing it like that. And then we was able to extract an extra $100 out of that client from that. And the lady was like, oh, it's okay. I said, I'm gonna pay you for this. She's like, no, you don't have to pay. I was like, no, I'm gonna give you at least 25. Just take a 25 from it.
Yeah, it's your client. And so my question really from that, because I don't know if you remember, but there was one of the Brain Box episodes where we were talking about how the other notary, she was volunteering to drop off, like the client paid to have the document notarized.
Mm-hmm.
And they also mentioned that they needed to have it filed with the clerk's office, right? They had some some child custody, family law type of stuff. Anyway, the document needs to be filed with the courthouse. The notary that was hired to execute, she was like volunteering to drop it off at the county's office. And I said, he didn't pay for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she said, oh, no, it's okay. I'll do it. I was like, no, it ain't.
Right.
Don't be volunteering services. First of all, it's not your client. This is you. I'm paying you.
Yeah.
That client is not paying you. I'm paying you. That client's paying me. And then I'm paying you.
Yeah.
And let's say, I don't know, you don't file it in time, because how people are last minute. Everybody do it last minute. They're supposed to file this with the county clerk or with the family law judge. They're supposed to file this 2 years ago, and then they got an extension, and then 2 years passed, and they supposed to get an extension. So I know they have to work and they can't take time off, so they're requesting that you drop it off for them, but they didn't pay for that.
Yeah.
And it's very important that you make that clear, because when you start offering up services now, is it a liability issue? It could be, because if that's not what they agreed to, and then they all of a sudden say, well, the notary who showed up, they told me that, they would just drop it off for me, but it never got filed on time. It's supposed to be filed.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Like, sir, the contract that we have, the agreement that we have says that we're going to come to your house and execute this notarization. These documents now belong to you. You do whatever you want to do with these things. But then you get this overzealous notary who's, and I guess they mean good. They mean well. Like,
yeah.
Trying to save them some time, but it's important. So when you're looking for a notary, what are the qualities or characteristics that you look for? Somebody who's going to pay attention, or at least follow instructions, and not start offering up, all these bonuses and all these extra.
Yeah. So again, it goes down to their profile, right? If your profile on Notary Cafe is 100% complete, that tells me a lot right there. Right? Because you took the time out to take your business serious, you got your picture uploaded and all that other stuff. The second thing, because I'm going to talk to you on the phone, I'm going to see if you a mush mouth, you know what I mean? How you answer your phone. If you could tell a lot about a person by a very, very short phone call, like, this person's going to give me problems. At least I can get on the phone with someone and be like, this person's going to be a pain in the ass for this one notarization. I'm going to keep it pushing. So I look to see how how they answer my questions. If, their level of experience is important too. Pricing, not so much, because I have enough profit baked into the deal where it's not really that much of a pricing, but you're not going to leave me naked though. You know what I mean? You're definitely going to leave some meat on the bone. And I really don't have that much of a problem, because most notaries don't know how to price themselves anyway. So the pricing and positioning is where I've noticed that notaries have a huge problem, is because that's why they will offer additional services that way and not charge for it, because they never seen that as a positioning tool. So they're like, oh yeah, because they're in their eyes, they're going above and beyond for the customer, which is great. But you're running a business at the same time. It's still going to cost you gas. It's still going to cost you time. It's still costing wear and tear on your vehicle. It's possibly pulling you away from your partner, your spouse, or your kids.
Yes. Because
you have to make this additional run that you didn't have to do before. And you're going to do it for free? Like, we was talking yesterday, and I was telling you, if somebody's calling me on date night that I have with my wife, I had to charge more, because my wife was looking at me all crazy, like, how are you charging them the same price when you're open for business hours, but when we're out, you should be charging them more, because now they're pulling you away from our QT time, our quality time. And I was like, that's true. And it was my wife, but my wife is vicious when it comes to pricing, bro. So she was like, this is after business hours. You need to be charging more for that. She let me know. I literally would have to put the phone on mute and be like, let me check with my manager. And my wife would be like, you need to charge him double. It's 9 o'clock right now. Where are you going? Oh yeah, they can afford it. That's where that came from, Tech. That's where that came from. What's the zip code?
Yeah.
What's the area they live in? Yeah, they can afford it.
Shit, what's your area code while you at it too?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't care if you live from out of state and you might be here on business. What's your area code? You got that 718 area code?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that 312 number out here, that means money out here. You got 312 in front of your prefix. You trying to say something.
Yeah.
Even if your cell phone company network provider just gives it to you, you're still trying to say something with that prefix.
I agree. I mean, me personally, I kept my area code 510. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the nickel dime, as we like to say it. Yeah, because that represents me. That I know where I'm at. Yeah,
it's the packaging, bro. It's the packaging of the brand. It's the packaging of the brand, man. You ain't gonna work this hard to have your brand look dusty. You got your website is gonna look modern and responsive, not like back in the day with Homestead.
No, please.
Right? You're gonna have a professional greeting. You're gonna have the business email. You're gonna have it's gonna look real fresh, real fly.
Yeah, that packaging, that presentation is, I mean, from the very moment somebody encounters you, it could be the lawyer, the attorney, it could be somebody's grandkids, a new couple, it could be anything. Matter of fact, a young woman reached out to me, asked me if I did ceremonies, right? If I marry people, right? Mm-hmm. And for a second, I don't, for the record, I don't marry people, right? I'm not a wedding officiant. I'm just not. I'll still book the appointment though. Mm. I'll find a wedding officiant. I'll tell you that. So here's the problem though. And this is something that I've always kind of stuck to this. And I think that you would agree that a lot of people don't know what a notary actually is. They don't truly know what it is. What it is a notary. They don't know. They don't know, man. That's why they call me, ask me if I do marriages.
And I'll even add this. They don't care either.
Not at all. That's why they call.
You know what I'm saying? I'm only calling you because they told me I had to call you and get you. I don't when, like you say, when can you get here? Because I don't know what you do. I just know that whatever you do, you need to be on this page right here, page number 23. Whatever magic you do, I need that stamp on here.
Mm. That's it.
You know what I mean? Like, you go to McDonald's and you order some food. Do you really care the level of education the person that's making your actual food has? You know what I mean? Like, how many times did it take you to pass the test to be able to handle food, my dude? like, have you ever done that? No.
Not at all.
But let a couple of pickles be missing from your sandwich, man. You're taking it right back. So these people don't care about who, the notary. They just want to know that you can do it, like you're legal. There was bro, I kid you not. I went to an appointment and I had my my badge, right? I made my badge. I bought the plastic badge thing from the dollar store. I had a good color printer. I printed out on paper and then I stuffed in a couple of business cards to make it look full. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Should just look good. It looked official. So this lady that works for the city, I went to go do a notarization for her. She said, That's your badge? She was like, I can make that. Now, mind you, she had her badge on, right? From the city of Chicago. I was like, that's your badge? I can make that too. She was like, good point. Good point. I was like, man, get out of here, lady. You're trying to call me out like I got to make shit. I was like, okay, yours was made by one of them little machines, but I could still go out there and make that.
Damn,
I could still get yours made. That's not hard. It's probably $5.
Here, you can have it.
Funny, man.
Man.
The customers will test you though.
Yeah. You know what? At this point, I can tell from, maybe 2 or 3 questions if this person is going to book me or not. And most of them do. Like a large percentage of people, they do. But whenever like you get so good, you become so refined at recognizing these things that sometimes you realize, all right, there ain't no chance in hell this person gonna hire me. Like, for example, the lady hit me up and she actually hit me up and, I take them through the regular spiel and they're agreeing. Yes, 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 yes. Consecutive yeses, yes, yes, yes. And she calls me back and she goes, you know what? I didn't ask you how much would it be. How much? I didn't ask. I never asked you how much is it going to be. So I'll never forget this, Tiger. She go, I say 200, right? She goes, obviously that was way more than she was expecting.
Oh, okay.
I finally asked her, I say, I say, hey, what, just out of curiosity, what were you expecting it to be? Just out of curiosity. Like, I know you're not gonna book me, lady. I know.
Yeah.
Then she says, oh, I can go to UPS store, whatever. He goes, I thought it would be, $100 or so. And, as I'm, your mind's thinking, you're like, all right, I got you on the hook for $100 then. So we'll just take, I just take that, right? But here's the thing. She says, and this is why I know that this is why you should know that not everybody knows what a notary is. Not everybody's going to book you. And probably those 2 and 2 go together because they don't even know.
Right.
That she goes, I'm still not going to pay that though, the $100, right? And I say, okay. And you have a great question that you ask. I don't know if you know how great this question is, or is the sentiment, the thought is fantastic. And I'm not giving away no sauce or nothing, but basically, but it's great. It's like, all right, you're trying to get this for less than $100.
Yeah.
Right. She was trying to get access to a relative's bank account. Right. And like she's trying to get access because that they're going to unlock some money. Yeah. But here's the thing. She says, I thought it was going to be less than $100. And I said, okay. She said, but then she followed up with this. She said, but reality is that's less than what we're going to be getting from this bank account. So I'm thinking to myself, wait, you're telling me that y'all trying to get into an account that has less than $100? And that's what I'm thinking in my head. And then here she hits me with this. Ready for this?
Yeah.
She said, because we got to split this 4 ways, and that's just going to be $25 each. So the cost of the notary is going to be more than what we're going to get from the account. And I'm like, oh,
okay.
So I know that all notaries about money. Like we know everything about notaries is about money in the end, ultimately. But you're trying to get $25. You're trying to get a document notarized for as cheap as possible, just so that in the end you can get broken off $25. Yeah. Bro, that tells me the state of the economy. That tells me the state of people on the phone. That tells me so much. I mean, you can pull away so much from that conversation, but all I'm thinking to myself is, this is not a $2 notary, lady.
Yeah.
We're not the Walmart, as you like to say. This is not the corner store. This ain't Ricky's corner store and liquor on the corner trying to do notary.
You can't get a money order over here.
Yeah. You need a
Can I
real
pay my
ID.
comment bill here too? No, this wrong spot. Wrong spot. You know, your consultation calls, because that's what it really is, can tell you so much about the client, the type of urgency, the need of it. It could tell you so much. Just a simple question like a person calls you, says, I need a power of attorney done, or trust package, or real estate. Okay, tell me about the situation. What's going on? Just that line alone will have them open up to you.
You're right. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Tell me about the situation. Well, my brother is trying to take the property from my mom, who is in, a nursing home, and he came in with that bitch of a wife of his. I can't stand that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you get it all
the time.
And depending, spotting those invisible profits, you can see, all right, well, okay, I can help you this way. I can help you this way as well. And then what we can do, we can vanguard and ironclad it with this. This is the price tag that's attached to that. After you say something like that, like, okay, well, this is going to protect mom and you, and then blah, blah, blah. This is what this document is designed to do. You're like, okay, how do I get that done? Let's go. You think they care about paying them $250 at that point? She can't stand her sister-in-law. Just being able to stick it to the sister-in-law, bro.
Yes.
it's she'll pay $1,000 just to do that. Just give me an opportunity to punch her in the face without punching her in the face.
Yeah, because when we were 12 years old, you took my Barbie, you took my G.I. Joe, and you stole my bike, and I wanted that girl. You liked her, and you took the big piece of chicken at dinner that time, and they gave you a bike.
I'm telling you, man. Those underlining motivators, right? Those hot buttons. It drives a person to go into debt and purchase a luxury vehicle just to show that the neighbor that I'm better than you, keeping up with the Joneses, right? Like they'll pull a second mortgage out of the home just to do something in spite of a person that they dislike. That's one of the what do they call that shit, man? I called it the 7 deadly sins of persuasion or some shit. It was like greed, where they just want to have a lot of something so they can, boast on people. That's where we get the flex. We get the word cap from. Envy, all of that, all those 7 deadly sins that's in the Bible. You can translate that into a lot of different things, man. Yeah, I see it done all the time.
Hey, well, with that said, man, I know I can't complain that people try to navigate the legal system on their own, because it is a way to do it, and a lot of people are good at it. The smart ones would definitely seek legal representation, but nonetheless, that's why we're here, to keep the court, especially here in California, like where I'm at. People can do a lot of these things on their own, and notaries are a large part of that. So, man, I'm just thankful that we have an approach in a perspective that allows us to work as much as we can, and and do very well. But listen, time is almost game time.
Yeah. So with that being said, bro, plug in Notary on automation, how people can reach out to you, and let people know what you got going on.
Yeah, Notary on automation is in full effect. This is the year of automation. 2023 is the year of automation. So what does that mean? That means that you're tired of missing phone calls and then you're tired of losing clients. See, it's one thing to get more and more and more and more clients, but first you got to stop losing them first. So Notary Automation is going to help you to straight up streamline all of those processes. That means from phone call, from scheduling to voice automation to lead generation. And the good thing is that I'll give you these mile markers, these starting points. So you can sprint to the step 1, sprint to step 2, and then by step number 5, you're all done, versus guessing and figuring out and trying to, do it on your own. Find out how to get there quickly, execute it, get it out of the way. Notary on Automation is available at notaryonautomation.com. And for people who want to really move fast, I'm talking about my sprinters, people who know that they've been commissioned for the last 2 years and they ain't did nothing with their commission. Those people who really want to sprint, the Brain Box is for you. The Brain Box is where you see real life, latest cutting edge technology and how that gets applied to the notary profession. We do that every week on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. So go to notaryonautomation.com, book an appointment, book a consultation call. Let's sit down, let's talk. We'll talk for about 15, 20 minutes, figure out what you got going on. And, again, 2023, it's a year of automation, the last year that you do everything on your own.
Yeah, I love it. And I can, I've sat in on many Brain Box, and Brain Box is one of a kind, you guys. As for me, you guys can go to notarycashflow.com. If you're a new notary, you just got your commission, you haven't done anything with the commission, I have a start from scratch notary course you got to take. We've helped a lot of notaries with it. It will guide you from the marketing side to call scripts to power of attorneys. It will help you narrow that niche down, so you're not just trying to find your way and bumping your head against the wall trying to figure this shit out by yourself. So you guys can go to notarycashflow.com. And with that said, thank you guys for tuning in to Rich Stamp, Poor Stamp Show with Tech and Tiger. And we will see you next go round. You heard?